Got my McDonald's coffee, black, obviously. And let's see if I want anything. Yellow, garbage. Because I don't play the game, so like, I'm just like waiting for like a free coffee. Oh! A free apple pie. I'll probably never eat the apple pie. Give it to like my parents or something. But, okay. Look. This is going to be a nice brainstorm for your business and for mine. And I think I need this as much as you probably need this as well. But let's brainstorm together, okay? We're doing e-commerce, we're business owners, and realistically, the best way to do it is to seriously sit down and just analyze the situation you're in. You know, look back at your experience, look back at everything you've done, and see like what worked, what didn't, and let's analyze, okay? For the last month, I've been learning a lot about just business fundamentals, which is very good, and I'm very grateful. And I can apply it to dropshipping, okay? But, there is a but. But I've also learned a lot of things about what bigger brands currently do. But you see, you have to understand that, and there's no shame in this, okay? You have to understand that these $1 million brands, what they do, you cannot directly do what they do because they're in a different game. They're at a different level, okay? You have to seriously understand that, okay, I'm a one-man show running a business online, selling products online that solves a problem. Okay. I need to pay for advertisements. And with not much money in the bank account, I don't have hundreds of thousands in the bank account. I can't afford to, spend a lot of money on a product test compared to these other people. So their testing strategy is completely different than the way we should run it, okay? And I'm kind of like swallowing this pill now because I'm understanding. You see, like, again, there's no shame in this whatsoever. But realistically, a lot of these successful e-commerce people, they might say, like, you need to spend, thousands of dollars on a product test, but we cannot afford that. There's no question. It's like, you can't do that. So, the factor is that we should only spend a few $100s on a test. So how could we get the most out of this few $100s? Well, one, we need to prioritize the sale. We need to hard sell, basically. There's no other way around it. And again, like it's kind of like a slap in the face from reality. But basically, just go back. For me, I'm telling myself, like, just go back. Go back to your dropshipping ways. And it's kind of a hard pill to swallow. Like, I kind of diverted into like this branding and e-commerce, and I kind of like got sidetracked of the reality of where I am currently in life. And I need to make the initial money. That's it. That's all. So now look, I definitely want to play this game like chess and like think, moves ahead. So I don't want to go back to like the deep root of dropshipping and like just like scale dupe products or really trending seasonal products. Like the end goal is definitely to create a brand, but I'm just saying the way we should be testing products now should be more of the instant sale. So basically, like for an example, when I built my websites, I never had any urgency because I would see these bigger brands. They don't really have urgency. They don't have like sale ends today or this and that. But realistically, I think in a position where I am, I should. Because they don't push urgency because they're already generating, like they have proven concepts working for them. They already have sales, thousands and thousands every day. Where for me, I'm testing a product. One, in order for me to scale, I need sales back to put more money, right? And two, you really need to understand that there may be like a customer who's like sees your product and says, okay, I might buy this by the end of the week, but we might kill it by the end of the week because we need to get the sale. Basically, we need to get the fucking sale. Okay, it's as simple as that. Now, also looking for future product tests, I'm really thinking. Obviously, when you're thinking of making millions and millions of dollars, right, building a new brand, you want to come up with new angles, gaps in the market, blah blah blah. And that's what I've been trying to do. But you see, it didn't make sense because if I want to do something new, and it's so fucked, bro, because just last video I talked about like you have to do something new, but like realistically, now thinking about it, if you have to do something new, you need to spend a lot of money to kind of test the new concept. We don't have a lot of money. So, what does that mean? Now, I even think that moving a product from, let's say, TikTok Shop to Facebook is a new concept. But that doesn't mean that the concept's going to work. You understand? So, again, we don't have the efficient amount of money to test that. So, basically, what I'm thinking of right now is to find a product that's working on Facebook, but relatively new, like 3 weeks max, maybe. It's a new product, and this competitor, it's working for them because they're scaling. Like you have to check the amount of active ads every day, refresh and see if they're scaling, if they're pushing more products, right? So you have to take what they're doing, basically, their angle, their product. But another thing that I'm going to do different is not take their ads. Because again, thinking about it, thinking about in the long term, now thinking a few moves ahead, you want to eventually beat this competitor. If you're using their ads, you will not beat their competitor because they've already been running their ads for a while, 3 weeks, let's say. They have a 3-week advantage, a head start. You can't catch up, and especially because you don't have the money. If you had the money, maybe you can put this, you can take their ad and like just put like 3 G's on this ad, when they are only spending a few hundreds, right? And you can just outcompete them like that. But we don't have the money. So basically, there's a lot of criteria for a winning product, and that's what I've learned in the last month about like bigger brands. Like, what's the fundamental of why this product has made millions, and that's what I'm going to be implementing from now on. But it's just the way I test it. I cannot go over a few $100s each test, and I want to test faster. If a product doesn't work for me, again, it's so funny. But if you've really been keeping up with me, it's like I'm contradicting everything I say. But that's just the game, right? That's the journey. You're trying stuff out and you're figuring stuff out. But basically, I don't have the time and money to make a product work. Unfortunately, I'd like to, but I don't. And it's just like it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's just what it is. So I need to, maximize as many creatives as possible, as many. Still, I'm gonna test concepts like hooks and ways, but I'm not gonna change like the angle. I'm not gonna test a new angle because that takes money. I'm gonna take the angle that this person is running on Facebook, but make my own creatives. So basically, the only advantage that I can possibly beat them is by making better creatives. So what I would do is basically just find organic content on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, whatever it may be, and edit the videos myself. image ads as well. It will be a huge play to test like a bunch of ads. But realistically, like we're our back's against the wall and we need to make money ASAP. And that's just, again, another pill to swallow. This idea of building a brand, you know what, like realistically, like don't get me wrong, you know, these pump and dumps, I will never, like, for me, that's like, okay, cool. I would probably never get to that point. Like, I would never want to do that again. I just, like, I kind of want to mix both branding and dropshipping together. So, like, basically dropship, but have the idea of branding in the future. So, basically, like, do everything you've learned with the instant sales of dropshipping for testing, and then just keep going. And then in the future, like near future, like a month, you know, testing the product, gathering data, warming up your pixel for your audience, and getting sales and getting, you know, being profitable. That's the whole goal, right? Being profitable, putting that money back into then building more and then building into a brand. So basically, just like any other store you see, like Bleem or Gymshark or whatever, I'm just naming the main, you know, the generic stores, but they started dropshipping and then they continued the product to a bigger brand later on. So that's why, like, I am careful of how the product that I choose at the beginning. I don't want seasonal product, but to start, I need to test, and maybe this product that I'm testing could have been a bigger brand later on if I could have spent more time and money, but I can't afford it. So it does not matter. I need to find what's working for my ad account. I need to find what's working for me, and then just build on it. And then, like, you know, do your best to build a brand with this. But at the start, I need the money to fund the scale. I don't have just saved up cash anymore like I used to when I started. So, yeah, that's just basically it. I think that's the way to go for me, and maybe for you as well. So right now, for this current product I'm testing, I'm testing a new angle, and you know, I'm not like upset that I tested this new angle, because this new angle, for me, was like common sense, and I'm like surprised that no one was doing it, and I really thought it would do well. But again, it hasn't been long. It's been like 2 days, a day and a half, and no sales. You know, like, I'm gonna give it still the rest of the week and build more creatives and try my best within, like, you know, again, still trying my best to make this work with the few $100s and the short time span that I have. But again, realistically, I probably by the end of the week, if I don't get any traction, just move on. And unfortunately, I've gotten myself in this cycle where I have to keep doing this, but I think that's where everyone starts. And sometimes I may get ahead of myself and think that I can do this, I could do that. But realistically, it's just like, you know, dropshipping is the business model, and you want to focus on the fundamentals and then take it step by step. Anyways, let me go give my parents this free apple pie. If you want, I have a success mindset playlist. Basically, it's like a four type step video of me, like, you know, traveling and working on ecom and what I learned. I have my first sale, which was a crazy feeling. Maybe you should go watch that. And then last but not least, but I have when I made like $25K a month with this product, all the lessons I've learned from there. That's a really good video. You should check it out. And once you check that out, I'll fucking see you at the top.